President Putin visits the Ukrainian peninsula on the 9th anniversary of Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea. Also, a deal allowing the export of Ukrainian grain from Black Sea ports has been renewed, but it's unclear for how long.
Russian state media is reporting that Vladimir Putin has visited the devastated Ukrainian city of Mariupol, which was seized by Russian troops last May. The TASS news agency says he travelled there by helicopter and drove around the city talking to residents. It follows Mr. Putin's visit to Crimea yesterday to mark the 9th anniversary of Russia's annexation of the peninsula from Ukraine.
Meanwhile, a deal allowing Ukraine to export millions of tonnes of grain through the Black Sea has been extended despite the ongoing conflict with Russia. It's unclear how long the pact will last, though. Ukraine wants a 120-day extension, but Russia says it's only willing to renew for 60 days unless sanctions against Moscow are eased. The exports agreement was brokered in July following fears of a global food crisis.
Doctors working on the front line in Ukraine say thousands of lives are being saved by an anti-bleeding fabric that is manufactured in Somerset.
The bandages are coated with an extract taken from shrimp shells, which can stop heavy bleeding within a minute. Matthew Hill has been to see how they're made.
Dr. Ilya Rybinkina puts her life in danger every day in Ukraine, helping the victims of the war. At times, she has to treat very traumatic injuries.
The first thing you do is you put a tourniquet on, and then you try and stop the bleed by packing the wound.
This production line in Bridgewater has been playing a vital role in helping medics like Dr. Rybinkina save lives. The bandages, made by the firm Non-Woven, are then incorporated into first aid kits by another British company.
We manufacture millions of these. Our customer med trade have sent tens of thousands that we know of out to the Ukraine already.
The secret of their success is down to this tiny shellfish, the shrimp. Mariners have known for hundreds of years that shrimp shells are good at stopping bleeding, and the extract from them, known as chitosan, is woven into the company's bandages.
I can demonstrate if I just dip it into water. It's infused with shrimp extract from shells, and that gradually becomes very sticky to the touch. Ultimately, that forms an artificial clot.
The Ukrainian military rang Non-Woven shortly after the invasion and began asking for as many bandages as they could make, and the demand continues.
So it has been saving lives, you think?
It's been saving a lot of lives, thousands of them. We get a lot of feedback from the people who are using them. They send a message saying, you know what, your first aid kit, it did save lives. Someone got there and we used the tourniquet and the Salix and the gauze and everything. And the person actually arrived alive at the evacuation point.
Since I interviewed Dr. Rybinkina, she was involved in a serious road traffic accident on her way back from duties and is now being treated for a broken arm. But she remains undaunted and hopes to be back in the front line, treating more casualties with these bandages as soon as possible.
A lot of friends been lost in this war, and the human toll is horrendous.
Matthew Hill, BBC News.
Just amazing, isn't it, to see the way it's being rolled out as well.